Singaporeans will always be at the centre of economic growth opportunities and quality jobs. Speaking in Parliament, Minister for Trade and Industry Chun Sing says Singaporeans are not losing out to permanent residents or foreigners in this regard. Beyond competing for jobs, he stressed the need for a cohesive Team Singapore to compete globally. Chloe Chu with more.
Question time was extended when it was dominated by the debate over Singapore's economic growth and jobs. The discussion alone lasted nearly 1.5 hours.
Have the economic growth and job creation benefited Singaporeans? And thirdly, have the economic growth and job creation benefited Singaporeans more than foreigners?
In response, Trade and Industry Minister Chun Sing stressed the need for a fine balance.
Too few foreign workers, especially PMETs with skills required for our growth sectors, mean that our businesses cannot seize the opportunities out there and in the process create better jobs for all Singaporeans. Too many, and there will be pushback, especially if Singaporeans feel unfairly treated. It is a never-ending balancing act with difficult trade-offs.
He urged members to look beyond the issue of Singaporeans and permanent residents competing for jobs here.
The real competition is not between the Singaporean versus the PR here versus the foreigner here. The real competition is the Team Singapore comprising of Singaporeans, PRs and foreign workers here competing with the rest of the world to give our fellow Singaporeans the best chance possible to win, not just only in Singapore, but across the entire globe.
There was also an exchange between alternate GRC MP Pritam Singh and Mr. Chan. The Workers' Party MP was seeking data on the breakdown of jobs between Singaporeans and permanent residents.
The 60,000 PMET jobs, local PMET jobs, how many were for Singaporeans and how many went to PRs?
We can get you the numbers, but let me say this. What is the point behind the questions? First, has local unemployment increased with all these efforts? The answer is a resounding no. Our people are getting the good jobs. Are our wages going up? Yes, and it's faster than many other countries. Those are the proof points to show that we are doing right by Singaporeans.
Mr. Chan added that young Singaporeans are better educated and don't have to take over jobs of the previous generations earning the same salary. He gave the example of Facebook and Google and reminded Singaporeans that it is important to attract such foreign investments here to help create the jobs first before they can work their way up to higher paying jobs. Mr. Chan said Singaporeans want a fair chance to get well-paying jobs, but not through unfair employment methods. This is the reason why the Ministry of Manpower has a framework to create a level field for all Singaporeans.
We also take a firm stand against employers that discriminate against Singaporeans. So just last week, Minister for Manpower announced plans to update the Fair Consideration Framework, and businesses that deliberately exclude qualified Singaporean job seekers will suffer stiffer penalties. But I think it's important that when it comes to jobs growth, we remind ourselves that we are squarely focused on Singaporeans. We must not be blind to the needs of businesses as well and how good jobs are created today.
Mr. Zaki added that more details about fair employment practices will be announced soon.